particularly instead of verses for chanting every Harinama initiation. It is the custom that the 10 of verses is explained, so that we can understand what needs to be avoided in order to achieve the goal. Our chariots have done us great work by making everything available, so that we know exactly what is expected of the devotees. So, since I'm happy, in access that had that to speak. That's the back to the point. It's only about as translated everything to the message. So we have the blessing of God chance. So we look at it. Look at it very carefully to help us become successful in chanting the holy name of Krishna. So all glory is to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the life and soul of the Radha. All glory is to Lord Nityananda Prabhu, the life and soul of Janavati. All glory is to the husband of Sita, the Lord Advaita. All glory to Srivas, Pandit, and all the devotees of Chaitanya. All glory to Namacharya, Sahadasa. Satam Lindana, Satam Lindana, Paramam Paradam, Pitanti, Yati, Tatum, Katu, Sahati, Tatikaram. Criticism or harmful intent in a person qualified as a devotee, sadhu, is considered a serious offense to the believer. How can the Lord tolerate the criticism of those who spread the glories of the name? The Lord cannot tolerate. It is just like this. How do you expect when your child is mistreated? How do you expect? How do you expect when your child is? How do you feel when the child is your child is mistreated by someone? Your friend, and that person is coming to beg you for help. Someone is coming to beg you for help, but before getting to his beating your child, the child is crying, and I'm hearing that you see the person comes there and smile. Good afternoon, sir. Can you help me? I need to help. How will you respond to that? You'll be more angry. That is the situation. That is the picture of the whole truth. So the first offense is that we should not criticize or blaspheme the question. Doing that is like beating their child, and the person is coming to pass you by that. We are chanting the holy name of Krishna to get purified from our sinful conditions nature, to attain perfection, so we can chant the pure name of Krishna. Harada Chakwara has already explained Namabasa. We already mentioned that day. 5 stages of chanting the holy name. Namaparat, Namabas, Sudanam, Havanam, and Premanam. Premanam is the last. So we begin from Namaparat. How will we rise to Premanam? Offenses have to be avoided. Criticizing and blaspheming sadhu Divya, very dangerous. Devotees are not paid workers. It's a voluntary service. Their job is different from something you volunteer to do out of their own volition. It's different. The mentality is different. So the mentality of business dealing with Krishna is different from the mentality of being completely free from business mentality and having a sublime feelings to make Krishna happy by oneself. It's different. A different thing. Therefore, Krishna is very, very careful what is the difference. We already discussed this morning. Hello, Krishna. Look at his devotees. My devotee lives in my heart. And I live in the heart of my devotees. My devotees have no other person in their life. And I don't know anybody except me. I don't know anybody except my devotees. My devotees are very dear to me. Not only my devotees, the devotees of my devotees are very, very dear to me. And you criticize and blaspheme that devotee, living in the heart of Krishna, and expecting Krishna to be happy with us and give us blessing. So, there's no work like that. So, this number one offense is actually the easiest one that we do every day. Very, very easy. Why is it so easy for us to do this? Because we are low-minded. We are low-minded. We're not spiritually advanced. We're not civilized. Neophyte devotee is very, very risky life. Neophyte position is risky. To be a neophyte is risky. It's a risky position to be neophyte. Why? Because he would easily blaspheme the pure devotees and honor them. That we see in this common. Very common in Islam. Why is that? Low-mindedness, neophyte. An advanced devotee would not do this. Why? Because advanced devotee would not see the external. Advanced devotee sees the internal. You see the internal. So Harinama Secular mentioned 26 qualities that you see in sadhu. 26 qualities. And out of these 26 qualities, one is the most essential. The dominant 25, the dominant 25 supporters. They depend on one. 26 qualities of the devotee. "25 are external, one is internal. So one is the chief. Which one is the chief of all that? Krishnaika Sharana. Surrendered exclusively to Krishna. One who is exclusively surrendered to Krishna. It's a sadhu. Exclusively surrendered to Krishna is a sadhu. That is the principal characteristic of a sadhu, that he is surrendered to Krishna. Surrendered to Krishna. You see 6 qualities in him or her. He is very, very, very careful to avoid anything which does not support Krishna consciousness. He's extremely very careful. Anything which does not support his Krishna consciousness, he avoids it. And everything which supports Krishna consciousness, he does them. Even if he doesn't like it, he will like it naturally without inconvenience. His interest and Krishna's interest is the same. Very, very meek and humble. He depends only on Krishna and has nobody else but Krishna as his protector. These 6 qualities you see in the body of a sadhu, who is Krishnaika Sarana. If one have this quality, automatically the remaining 25 qualities will manifest systematically on his or her body. So the primary qualities are 25. The primary quality is 1. The secondary qualities are 25. You see all of them in the body of a pure devotee. What is the danger? What is the problem? The problem is that sometimes we see some traces of fault in the body of a sadhu. A few days ago, there was a question: if a sadhu can make a mistake, if a pure devotee can make mistakes, right? Even if there appears some bad element or fault in a person, if he has the chief characteristic surrendered to Krishna, he must be considered a devotee and should be respected and served by all. This is Krishna's statement in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. I give that statement a full respect. This is how that's respect. I give that statement full respect. Which statement? Appreciate to that child. Appreciate. You see this word used 2 times in Bhagavad Gita. Chapter 4 and chapter 9. Appreciate. Even if, why Krishna use this word? Krishna is glorifying devotee, devotion. It's a glorification for devotion and for devotee, even if 2 times, chapter 4, chapter 9. Apichet Sudaracharo. So Harinama Thakur said, I give full respect to that verse, this statement of Krishna. And also 11 countries find a very nice, very sweet verse. Very sweet. For the same purpose. So Harinama Thakur is calling Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavata. It is there. There is a profound conclusion which you have revealed to me. It is said that when a person has developed a taste for chanting the pure name, his chanting of just one name of the Lord is sufficient to destroy the influence of all sins. Sin cannot remain in the person who has developed a taste. Ruchi. At the level of Nishta, there's no karma for devotee. One who has gotten to the stage of Nishta, no karma. Karma is finished. In rare cases, you see karma. In rare cases, Krishna deliberately leave that in the body of his pure devotees. They are pure devotees, but Krishna still leaves some karma there. Our Acharya explained, Bishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explained, like the Pandavas. Well, Krishna does that. Krishna leaves them there. To help the devotee intensify his devotion for Krishna. And at the same time, to cheat the non-devotees who will see the fault and forget the essential nature of the pure devotees. That karma does not make a devotee fall down. It is there to help increase the bhakti, the devotion of that devotee for Krishna. So sometimes you see a pure devotee with some trace of fault, something which we consider as a mistake. Then the doubt comes in the mind, is it pure? Make mistake. That is sadhu ninda. It is sadhu ninda. That will attract Lord Krishna's anger. Yes, it will attract Krishna's anger. If we offend a sadhu, you see many Hare Krishna devotees does this. They will not respect sannyasis, but they will respect householders. Even for a civilized person, forget about the internal purity or nature of the person. Just to follow the scriptural standard alone. Sannyas ashram is higher. Even if he's not pure yet, that is okay, but for the ashram that he belongs, respect is to be given. In the ordinary court of law, if you go to court, if you have been to court before, that is seat of the magistrate. The magistrate is corrupt, taking bribe. But while he's sitting there taking bribe and do all kinds of things, and all the lawyers say no, they will respect him as their lordship pleases. That's the language. As their lordship pleases, nobody can go against his order. This is material. What are we, the transcendentalists, doing? What are we doing? Neophyte. So neophyte position is very dangerous. To be a neophyte. We should try to elevate ourselves at least from Madhyam. It's safer. Because at Madhyam position, we can see beyond the external. We can protect our devotion by avoiding making offenses, not to anyone, not to talk of sadhu, one who is seriously, intensely chanting the pure name. There was a huge sacrifice. Huge sacrifice. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna himself, was present. And Yudhishthira Maharaj, who is Ajata Satru, Santa. Yes, Yudhishthira Maharaj. He organized the festival. The Supreme Personality of God, Krishna, was present. The stipulation was that the end of the sacrifice, Swaha, the bell will ring by itself without anybody ringing the bell. That is the perfection without Jagya. Lord Krishna was present. All the Maharishis, Rajarishis, Brahmarishis. They were all present. So what do you expect in such an environment? The supreme pure personality of God, Krishna was present. The lover of his devotees. Present. Swaha, the bell didn't ring. For Yudhishthira Maharaj, was Krishna present? Why? The Brahmana was offended. And who is this Brahmana? This Brahmana does not have Vaishnava etiquette. Draupadi has cooked super excellent feast. The feast was extraordinary. Are you hungry now? Licking your tongue. It was succulent. Sumptuous. This Brahmana mixed the rasagula with the subjects. Dal, puris, halvas, mixed everything up together. But Draupadi has systematically served the plate in a perfect, for pujari, you have to set preparations on each plate, not that you serve. It's a system how to serve accurately. First item, second, third, until you finish. Draupadi has served everything perfectly like that and presented before this Brahman. This Brahman just mixed up everything all together. Draupadi was sad. In the mind, he didn't speak. In the mind, oh, what a disgrace. Who brought this Brahmana here? The result of that was this Jagya was not successful. Mentally speaking, he does not know etiquette, right? He's a foolish, illiterate Sudra. This is a consideration we have, which is very dangerous. Mlecha, untouchable. Everybody consider him like that. Yes, that is our consideration, but the truth is always different. And it manifested that Yudhishthira Maharaj's sacrifice was spoiled, completely spoiled, even in the presence of the Supreme Personality of God. Nothing worked. Krishna came to teach us what we needed, now Krishna consciousness. And he is systematically doing that. So what is the problem? The whole assembly of a huge crowd gathered. How will you feel if you're the one in that situation? Who had offended a sadhu? As a result, which the sacrifice is condemned. Who is going to raise a head? Everybody was looking at who is the one? Who is the one? And if you are the one in that place, yes, the only person whose face was down was Draupadi. She put her face down. And then it was discovered. She did it. And the Brahmana has gone. So Krishna sent Arjuna to go and bring. Krishna sent Arjuna to go and bring the Brahman, and he was not interested to come. I don't like all these bombs and drums, and I'm not interested in this thing. This is not my. But Krishna said this Jagya will not be successful without you. Krishna has a particular thing in his mind. Why he specifically requested for this Brahmana to come? Just like Haridas Thakura was with us. Who knows he was Namacharya? Even the name is the Namacharya. But who knows his position? Until Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was speaking about his glory. Who knows? Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami told us when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was speaking the glory of Haridas, everybody was struck with wonder. Why? Why? Because nobody knows he is like this. And he was thinking, Yavana, untouchable. You are Brahmanas. Is it not? So we think. We are these untouchables. Krishna consciousness is beyond these considerations. Yes, our birth, our whatever situations we have in the it has effect in whatever we do, but still, transcendence does not depend on these things. A person can be a Shudra and may become a pure devotee. And a Brahmana can be a Brahmana qualified with, in all respect, and never be a pure devotee. Don't we have histories? Don't have many histories? Huh? Dwasamuni had power to go to Vaikuntha. Is he a devotee? Haridas is a Muni. Dhira is a Muni. Prahlad Mahana is a Muni. So Prahlad is described in Bhagavatam as Bhagwan. But he's considered demon because he was born from a demonic family. But he said Mahabhagavan. Yes, Krishna openly declared himself among the demons. I am Prahlad. Although we read in the Gita, but do we understand it? Do we understand it? Sadhu Ninda is a stumbling block. We cannot make advancement. We cannot chant the pure name if there is Sadhu Ninda. We can chant the alphabet. That is okay, we can do. But Prem Nam, Baba Nam, and Sudam will never appear. Will never appear. Never appear. See, let us open our eyes and see what is happening. We should not remain fools. To open our eyes to see.
It is said that when a person has developed a taste for chanting the pure name, his chanting of just one name of the Lord is sufficient to destroy the influence of all sins. All sins. Sin cannot remain in a person who has developed a taste, ruchi. Though some remnant of those sins may still be evident in a person, they will eventually vanish by the influence of the holy name. So why do we look at it? Huh? Why do we look at it? Neophyte. Neophyte. Sadhu Ninda. That is called Sadhu Ninda. Since the traces of sin will quickly vanish, the person must still be regarded as the most righteous person, Dharma Atma. Yes, you can see the traces of sins and fault in the person, but he is or she is Dharma Atma. Of course, if the materialist sees those traces of sin in a Vaishnava devotee or takes into account his previous sinful actions, he may consider that person on the same level as a materialistic sinner. And consequently, he may inappropriately criticize or find fault with that sadhu. That is called sadhu ninda. So the criticizer is called a rascal because of his nama parada or criticizing a Vaishnava. He must directly suffer the anger of Krishna. All right. Number two, considering that other living entities such as devatas are independent of Krishna is another offense. The demigods are very powerful. They are representing Krishna. But they are not on the same level with Krishna. Shiva Sasri Vishnu Yaha Guna Nama Disu Sakalam Diya Binnum Pashyatcha Kalu Hari Amato Kara. He who equates Vishnu with Shiva and the rest of the devatas is an offender to the holy name. It is like this. You come to your office one day and the secretary is sitting on your chair. That's all right. He's a secretary. And he knows everything you do in office. So you can sit there. Isn't that right? So Haridas Thakur spoke with folded hands. Now hear about the second offense, O Lord, the universe. What is the position of Lord Vishnu? We should know. This morning we discussed the position of Vishnu. Vishnu is the supreme absolute truth, not subject to the duality of the material world. He is a form full of consciousness and knowledge, existing eternally beyond the imperfections of material nature. Though being the absolute controller of the material world, Krishna in Goloka is the supreme tattva, being ornamented with 64 transcendental qualities to enhance his blissful activities. Manifesting himself as Narayan, he displays 60 of these qualities. The Purusha avatars and other full avatars, Swayamsa, all possess these 60 qualities in order to carry out their functions. Krishna has 64 qualities. Narayan has 60 qualities. Shiva has 55 qualities. Brahma and all other living entities have 50 qualities. So is that equal? Not equal. Krishna expands as two types of conscious particles, Divinamsa, Divinamsa. The first are the ordinary jivas, who have 50 qualities in small portions. The second are the devatas, who have the same 50 qualities but to a greater degree. In addition, they sometimes possess 5 more qualities in part, total 55. Vishnu has all these qualities in full, plus 5 more, which are not found in other living entities, total 60. In this way, we can see that Vishnu Narayan, with 60 qualities, is the Lord, and as Shiva, the Devatas, is servant. Greater than the ordinary jivas are the Devatas and Shiva, and greater than Shiva is Vishnu, who is the Lord of the jivas and the Lord of the Devatas. Therefore, whoever considers Vishnu to be on the same level as the Devatas must be called extremely ignorant, totally lacking the correct conception of the Lord. Vishnu is supreme and transcendental to material nature. The Devatas are his servants. So you cannot put the servant on the throne of the master. This is a disrespect. If you look at the position of Brahma, in fact, Lord Brahma himself, he told Narada Muni, the second canto Bhagavata, people who does not know Vishnu, when they look at my activities, they will think I'm the Supreme, but actually, I'm not the Supreme. Lord Brahma clearly declared that to his son, Narada. He clearly made that statement. Clearly, people should understand. But fools will not understand. See, we cannot put demigod on the same level with Krishna. They're called demigods, not gods, but demigods, small. Their positions are important because Krishna put them there. And Krishna can remove them anytime he likes. To make them understand this, Krishna, nature arranges that demons always disturb them. Have you seen demon disturbing Narayan? No. But demons always disturb the demigod. How many times the demons overthrow the demigod and seize their position, seize their earring, seize their umbrella, seize their their airplanes? See the airplane that Ravana is using belongs to Kubera. He seized it from Kubera and using it. But only one has seized Garuda from Krishna. Huh? Has anyone? Any demon? They cannot even approach out of seizing. Because that's the position of Lord Vishnu. His position is not that one can replace him. Demigod can be replaced anytime Lord Vishnu wants. Can replace. We cannot replace Krishna's position. He's the supreme. Only him is the supreme, fully independent. All others are dependent. So every time demigods are in difficulty, they go to Vishnu. Please come and help us. This demon is disturbing. We can't do anything. Please come and help us. And Vishnu will come to Vishnu. all demigods, Brahma, Shiva, and all. Indra, many times Indra is displaced and driven out of his position, many times. Bali Maharaj drove him away. He was helpless, can't do anything. In battle, not that he was sleeping, come and remove from the bed, talk about it. In battle, face to face. So that's the position of Krishna. For anyone to put Lord Krishna on the same level with demigod is very, very, very dangerous. Yes. So the householder, devotee of the Lord, should, without worry of committing offense, simply worship Krishna in all his activities. For example, in all the samskaras, from insemination, that is Gavadan samskara, to funeral rites, he should worship Krishna through the Vedic mantras. According to the Vedas, one should worship the Vaishnavas and Vishnu directly, and worship the forefathers and devatas by giving them a remnant prasadam from the worship of Vishnu. This is the standard. I've seen so many initiated devotees see worshiping demigods. They have Ganesh, they have Lakshmi, Saraswati in the altar, not to remove obstacle. Don't put Ganesh to remove obstacle. They put Ganesh there for their business. So many initiated devotees I saw. They still have demigods in the altar. They worship. What is the meaning of that? Neophytes. They don't understand the position of Krishna. They don't understand the position of the devatas. They think that if I don't worship Krishna, my business will go. So Krishna will take away everything. They have no faith in Krishna. We have so many wealthy devotees, even to date. Even to date, we have so many wealthy devotees who are doing very nicely in the business, successfully. So it is our ignorance, our faithlessness in Krishna, that we worship the demigods for material benefit. Srila Prabhupada mentioned, even if demigods are angry with us, we should not worship them. Like Indra was angry with the buses, but didn't worship. So Prabhupada said, even if they are angry with us, we should not worship. Worship only Krishna. So for the material business, you see, so many initiated devotees are keeping debtors, worship. It is faithlessness due to neophyte nature. If a person directly worships the devatas or forefathers, as the Mayavad is doing, he commits the second offense to the holy name and terminates his spiritual life. To think that the devatas are independent of or equal to Vishnu is an offense. And by that, one stops his devotional progress. If one compromises and thinks that Shiva or any other devata is also the Supreme Lord, or that devatas have some power which is not dependent on Vishnu, one commits serious apparat. According to the Vedas, all the devatas arise from the energy of Vishnu and do not have separate power. Brahma, Ganesh, Surya, and the laws of the directions have their positions of lordship in the material world only by the will of Krishna. They do not have independent power. If one worships the devatas, accepting them as the empowered servant of Vishnu or as Gunavataras, Brahma and Shiva, then there is no offense. Therefore, the Grihastha Vaishnava should recognize one supreme Lord Vishnu and regard the Devatas as his dependent energies. The Grihastha, though following the rules and customs prescribed by his caste, should give up all those rules which direct him to Devta and worship for which sense for sanctification, for achieving sanctification. He should instead hold firmly to the path of bhakti, worshiping the Lord in all circumstances. That's the recommendation. Number 3, offense. Guru Avagya, to disobey the order of the special master. Very dangerous. Now I will offer to you an explanation of how the third offense occurs. According to their order, I will describe in detail how all sorts of offenses arise from disrespecting the spiritual master. All offenses arise from disrespecting the spiritual master, disobeying the spiritual master. Function of the guru. The living entity, having wandered through body after body in 8,400,000 species of life, obtains a human body. A human body is a rare opportunity because only in this body can the living entity perform devotional service properly. As a devata, one has a tendency to enjoy, and as a lower animal, one has no capacity for knowledge. But in the human form, the living entity can utilize spiritual life, can cultivate spiritual life. But since the human body is temporary, one must take advantage and make endeavor for the highest goal. Otherwise, one will die and be reborn again. The intelligent person, while in the human form, will take shelter of a guru who is a helmsman of the ship to cross over the ocean of material existence, and who engages one favorably in Christian service. He will satisfy the guru, whose chief quality is being a devotee of Krishna, with humble words and receiving initiation from him. He will cross the ocean of samsara. The jiva has a natural tendency to worship Krishna, but by argument and mental circulation, this disappears. Giving up this mentality and assuming a submissive mind, he receives mantra from the spiritual master. We explained this morning, the spiritual master is ambassador of Krishna. Now let's look at it this way. The doctor and the patient. Doctor and patient. The patient, when he is sick, helplessly sick. When a helpless, what do you do? Yes, helpless. If you depend on the doctor can open your mouth wide for 1 hour in the name of treating you. What will you say? You submit yourself to him. Yes. Otherwise, he just give you one injection, you're finished. Yes. Very dangerous to argue with a doctor. If you fight with a doctor, you're finished. Just one injection, you're finished. They're helpless. So you are a patient, you have gone to a doctor, and the doctor has prescribed medicine. And you get home and say, "You're this foolish doctor. I don't believe you. I don't believe in this man. To help with all this medicine, I'm not going to take anything." What will happen to you? You are sick. What will happen to you? You die. You will die. Can you help yourself? You cure yourself? If you have the power, why do you go to the doctor? That is our situation. The bona fide representative of Christian, the doctor. We are patient. We have gone to a doctor. After diagnosing, the doctor gives medicine. We must take the medicine according to the direction. That is the position of a spiritual master, a disciple. One who is representing Krishna. He knows our sickness. He knows our problem. He knows. And he knows what to recommend for us. And he has given the recommendation. This is, and should be taken like this way, this way. We have to follow that. Without following that doctor's instruction, doctor suffers or we suffer. We will suffer because you are the one who is sick, not a doctor. So what do you mean if by disobeying a spiritual master, by disrespecting a spiritual master? What does it mean? It means nothing to the spiritual master, but it means a lot to us. It means a lot. Because we are the one in problem. We are the one who need the doctor. Say, submission is required. How many times Prabhupada use the word submission and inquiry, service? Submission, inquiry, service. For just one purpose. 434 purpose. Submission and inquiry. How many times Prabhupada use that? Draw out the whole purpose. Submission, inquiry, and service. This is our own duty. This is what we should do. So disobeying the spiritual master is very dangerous, like disobeying the doctor's prescription. Don't take the medicine, don't take it as you wanted. Throw it away. And depend on ourselves, we'll die for nothing. It's risky. And as we explained many times, the spiritual master is what? The lawyer who's going to defend us at the court of Yamaras. There's a guru who's going to stand for us. God, everybody will rise. The group shall bring the fire. You go through the fire. Who is going to defend us? Who is going to stand for us? In every court, a lawyer stands for the accused or whatever. The lawyer will stand. Who is going to stand for us? The special master who is going to stand. So disobeying a person who is going to stand for us means what? Jail. Yamara is going to throw us there. We will simply be thrown there. If you have no lawyer in the court, what happens when the case is called? Nobody to stand for you. So you are at the mercy of the magistrate. Who is the lawyer representing this case? My lordship. No lawyer is representing. So return him back to jail. Finish. Finish. But you had a lawyer, the lawyer can say, my lordship, I stand for this case. Okay. So what is your defense? They're going to speak their language. So the spiritual master is going to stand. The spiritual master is going to stand. I stand for this case. They looked all toward the fire. The spiritual master will speak. We have that last time. We have this disciple of his divine grace that baptized us as the time. The moment the baptized us as what his name was mentioned, Yamara said, "Oh, I'm sorry, he's not my candidate. Let him go." Right? Because they know themselves. All of them, they know themselves. Oh, this man is not my candidate. So let him go. Yamara has already told the Vishnu groups a long time, it's his candidate about what. Don't bring people with this to me. Don't bring them here. I don't have power over them. Don't bring them here. So this is our situation. We have the spiritual master to stand for us. Therefore, it is necessary for us to obey. One who can help us. Let us be loyal. It is natural for us to respect the person who can help us. After all, what is their recommendation for us? Is it for us or for them? Recommendation of a doctor is for the doctor, is for the patient. The spiritual master is giving us order. Is it for us? It's for him. So disobeying that means what? Does it make sense for anyone to disobey? It means we're fools, want to die. So if we are sensible, we should obey because it's good for us. Yes. However, above all, the main qualification by which to judge a suitability is the extent that the Guru knows Krishna. He may be Brahmana, Shudra, Grihastha, or Sannyasi, but this makes no difference in the ability of the Guru to deliver the Jiva. If one desires to progress to pure attraction, Shudra Rati, to Krishna, one should look for the major symptoms in choosing a Guru. What's the major system? What's the major symptom? What is the major symptom? Krishnaika Sarana. What is the level of his surrender to Krishna? What is the level of his connection with Krishna? What is the level of attachment he has for Krishna? That's the qualification. So it does not matter if the person is a Shudra, if he is a householder, he is a sannyasi, it does not matter. What matters is qualification. Is it clear? It's a qualification. So we have this a contamination in our consciousness. In this my temple, you cannot take a decision from anyone except my Guru. Is this recommended here? No. So what is that? It is material, neophyte. Neophyte. If the qualification is there also Krishna does not require about. One who knows Krishna should become what? A Guru. If he knows Krishna, surrender to Krishna, it's a Guru. It was not by birth, not by caste, by qualification. Consideration of caste when judging the qualification of Vaishnava Guru is insignificant from the spiritual perspective. It is insignificant. If there is a qualified Guru of a higher caste, there is no necessity of seeking a Guru of a lower caste. But if the higher caste Guru is not qualified as a Krishna Bhakta, one should not in any circumstance take initiation from him simply on consideration of caste. Is it clear? One should instead take a qualified Guru who is a devotee of Krishna from a lower caste. The main thing is the qualification. What is the level of his surrender to Krishna? How much is he close to Krishna? What is attraction? What attachment he has for Krishna? One who is not interested in speaking mundane subject matter is fixed in Krishna consciousness. We are bringing so many unnecessary things into this pure system and making it very, very nasty. We are doing the service. I don't know how much some of us understand this Krishna consciousness. I don't know how much we understand what is Krishna consciousness. That we are risking our lives here. Risking our lives here means we are acting outside the standard of our scripture, of our Acharya's recommendation. It's risky. No one is pure except my Guru. It is good for you to think like that, because if your Guru is not pure, why do you accept him? But it's an offense if you project that outside. It becomes an offense. Every living entity, we have by nature, according to our own mood and whatever things with us, designated for a particular person, and we naturally have attractions. Should not be by force. Shouldn't be by force. Some devotees, they could, I was training this person to take a decision from my Guru, and he went and take the decision for another person. I cannot tolerate this. Maya. That's the Krishna consciousness. I want you to take the decision from my Guru. Why you want to take the decision from another person? This is what I've been training you for. Why you don't take from my Guru, you want to take from another person? You're not pure. You're not pure again, you're not my friend again. And whenever I see you, you're not my co-sister, my controller. So you're not the pure devotee. Only when you take a decision from my Guru, then you are pure devotee. You can be pure. This is spiritual mentality. Spiritual mentality is dangerous. She told Dhira Maharaj, you should die. Take birth in my womb. Then you are qualified to sit on the lap of your father. That's spiritual mentality. You will be a pure devotee only if you take initiation from my Guru. If not, I can say Hare Krishna to you, but my mind, you are not nobody to me. Go. ISKCON is not progressing because you didn't take the decision from my Guru. That's why ISKCON is not. By now, all devotees in Krishna will have gone back to Godhead if you have taken the decision from my Guru. All devotees will have qualified and go back to Godhead since. But you can't understand this thing. That is why the movement is like this. Until all of you get to understand this and come and surrender to my Guru, then you see how the movement will progress like anything. Hare Krishna. Your fight is dangerous. It's not in the scripture. What is in the scripture is, even if Shudra is having the symptom, he is Srotriya Brahmanista. It's a true qualification. If you see that, surrender to him or her. It doesn't matter where it's coming from. Yes. The most important consideration for the devotee aspiring for service to Krishna is that the Guru has a realization of Krishna. If the Guru is qualified by both realization of Krishna and by high birth, then that is also a very good combination. If a householder for some reason gives up household life without having pursued spiritual life and then begins looking for a Guru, he should choose a Guru who is a renunciate, a spiritual aspirant who renounces household life. Should take shelter of an acharya who has also renounced household life. He should take initiation, diksha, and instruction, siksha, from that Guru, and will then develop a taste for the nectar of the holy name of Krishna. Accepting a spiritual master and chanting the holy name, the householder will eventually feel the approach of this stage of power. At that time, his attraction for family life and self gratification will cease. He will then naturally give up household life and enter the renounced order. In order to accept the renounced order, that person should seek out an acharya in the renounced order, surrender to his lotus feet, and take his instruction on renunciation. Hare Krishna. Any comments? We have 12 minutes. Comments, questions?
Maharaj, there are some questions. One is from Umapati Prabhu, and he is asking, what is the symptom of Nishtha? What is this?
Yes.
Umapati Prabhu is asking question, what is the symptom of Nishtha?
System of Nishtha means that he is fixed in Krishna consciousness, fixed, steady, Nishtha. And he is already experiencing the result of the holy name is chanted. All right?
Those are the symptoms of Nishtha.
Yes.
And there's a question by Govinda Prem Prabhu. He's asking, sorry, just a second. By committing sadhu ninda, we can't taste prem nam. Yet
Yes.
we are told to study the Guru before initiation, or choose from whom we hear. So how do we clarify this too?
choosing a special master by examining him, it shouldn't be done offensively. If one is very, very sincere, just hearing from sadhus, we will know. The question will show us. Showing us who is a special master does not mean that you are offensive to others. We are respectful to everyone. We know that this person has a quality that has convinced me, as is able to lead me back from back to back. It's a principle I can meet. I can identify or feel that fatherly daughter, sons, nature relationship is established. That can be seen when one is very, very sincere. It's not difficult. So not that one has to go and start making you. No. It's very simple. If we are simple, it is difficult when we are difficult. I have experience a 2-year-old baby of 2 years. What 2 years old baby? What does that child knows? 2 years. What does that baby knows? Like this, right? Small girl. Telling the parent, Daddy, see my guru. This my guru, see my guru. I love this man. So the father was telling him, when he told me, I didn't believe him. I look at the baby. And I asked him, Prabhu, this baby can talk? This child, can he talk? Say yes. She just told me. I didn't accept it. I didn't accept. A week later, we met again in a different program. This time, she was with her mother. And the mother came again with the baby to come and meet. My daughter said, yes. When I look at the baby, so, what's your name? They call him, I remember. Okay. I met here before, a week ago. And today again, it's told me. It is then I say, oh, this cannot be ordinary. So I started playing with it. 2 years old baby. So why a big person will not understand? So the problem is with us. Simple sincerity, Christian shows who is that? You don't need to make a big case, big issue. As far as Christian consciousness is concerned, I guess my little understanding about this is it's not a difficulty. We make it very difficult because we forget. If you are simple, the Christian makes everything be simple. Baby, small baby is telling me. I have children who are, say, 10 about 27, but not 2. When a 2-year-old, I was, and the first time I was, this is a joke.
Okay.
Mauritius. Mauritius. I'll show you. So this is Christian consciousness. This is a spiritual movement. It's not difficult here. We make things difficult for ourselves. So live a simple life, and the Christian will direct us for everything. All right.
Maharaj, there are 2 more questions.
Right.
One is from Pranhari Prabhu. Is there a difference between Ma Bhagavat and a pure devotee? And then we'll have Mansi Ganga Mataji's.
Yes, there is a difference. Pure devotee, there are many pure devotees. With Mahabhagavat, one who chants Suranam is a pure devotee, Bhavanam is a pure devotee, Pranam is a pure devotee. What are pure devotees? Mahabhagavat is different. It's like you have a graduate and have PhD. master degree holders and PhD. What it means. Among the pure devotees that they're great also. We have Priyanarma Sakis and Bhakta Sakas. We have Sakas and Priyanarma Sakas. So they're great. Different great in the heart of Vatameta. Hanuman, Pandavas, Prahlad. It's a different level of devotees. Shuddha Bhakta and pure devotees. Within the pure devotees, there are different levels. It's like devotees of Krishna and Vaikuntha. They are pure devotees. Then devotees in Goloka, they are different. They are pure devotees, but different. And among that, we have Santa Bhakta, we have Dasa Bhakta, we have Saka Bhakta, we have Vatsala Bhakta, and Madhura Bhaktas. So they're different. And within Shuddha Bhakta, Shuddha, we want to take Krishna Prema, then there are 5 levels. So they're different things. Devotees who they cannot do without Krishna. So let's look at Krishna. Krishna just returned. Krishna just returned back from the all night in the just returned back, come and pretend and lie in the bed and close the eyes. And Mother Yashoda come to see him and saw all the kumkum of body of Krishna. Mother Yashoda showed last night his baby, the servant couldn't bathe Krishna properly. That's why this thing is still on the body. And I'm amazed that the kumkum has so much love for my baby that they can't tolerate a separation from my baby. That is why they're so sick. This is how I should have things. You kumkum on the body. You see different. How can we compare that person to the devotee who has reverence for us? She see everything differently. So they're different levels of practice. Devotees, pure. All right.
Thank you very much, Maharaj. Now we have Mansiganga Mataji, and then we can end Maharaj.
All right.
Maharaj, my obeisances. Thank you for being with us. Your analogies are so powerful, Maharaj. Even now, the pure devotee and Bhagavad, the way you said PhD university, just sinks into the heart so beautifully. And this analogy you gave about the lawyer for the guru is your lawyer. I've never heard it before, Maharaj. It's so powerful. Such a complete analogy to understand, yes, what's the guru's position for you. He's defending you, taking you back. Maharaj, my question is, since you have a very good Christian, you had a very good Christian background, you still, is this Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, what is that comparison with the Trinity in Christianity? Or is there no comparison?
The comparison is not with Brahma, Shiva. The comparison is the spiritual master, the soul, and Krishna.
Sorry, again, Maharaj, you're very soft, Maharaj, you know that. It's difficult.
Because you are a mother, so I don't shout. If you're a baby, I will have shot. The spiritual master, the super soul, and Krishna. God the Father, God the Son, and God the Father.
Oh, spiritual master, super soul.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Maharaj. That really explains it.
Thank you.
Then, my Maharaj, one more on the same. So the second offense is to consider Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva to be equal to Lord Vishnu. However, we see from a historical point of view that this we are saying offenses to be avoided while chanting the holy name of the Lord. What about, you see how with the Indians, they take to Krishna consciousness so quickly, and yet most of them believe that Krishna is an incarnation of Lord Vishnu, he is the head. So my question, I mean, as you were speaking, I was thinking, how can they get this mercy so quickly? You know, when they think that Krishna is incarnation of Vishnu.
Taking to Krishna consciousness quickly does not mean perfection.
Sorry?
Taking to Krishna consciousness, it doesn't mean perfection. It doesn't mean that one has become perfect, become pure. We cannot be pure having this wrong understanding about Krishna position. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu considered this, we discussed earlier, Chaitanya considered this to be misfortune. Or misfortune, top Brahma. We don't know Krishna's position, we don't know our own position, we don't know what is our relationship with Krishna. This is illusion. So how can we become so back to taking to Krishna consciousness is a different thing. Perfection is another thing altogether. Many people from my experience have taken to Krishna consciousness because it's not because of our absolute understanding of Krishna position. It is not. And people take to Krishna consciousness for many reasons. Krishna consciousness is a very wonderful social society. You can easily go to America or yes, many brahmacharis in John Temple. The intention is to gradually become brahmacharis and can go to overseas, work as pujari, get money, come and buy clothes, do it as a gift for it. And we are dirty, flowing on the ground. A very big bags, and the beats is around the whole day, but not chanting to sing. I'm like that, policeman. So please, we should try to understand this. Not that we have people coming to temple. I saw also in that temple. I've seen many people there. They're coming to take personal devotion for many years, but they don't know what is science. They don't know what is action. But they're coming to temple for this. They come and offer obeisance to the nature, buy whatever is there, put to the house. For many years, they don't know what the system is. I'm talking from experience, what I have seen there. And I have been to the house there. I've seen many Indians initiated which they have demigods. So this kind of taking to Krishna consciousness is the big force. It's a tradition, it's a thing. But not because we have a full understanding of Krishna consciousness. All right.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Maharaj, my question is that you have mentioned that neophyte devotee are in a dangerous position. Now,
Yes.
my question is basically that how do we basically, what instruction we give to the neophyte devotee that he come out from the dangerous position?
We should rise to the second platform, which is Madhyam platform, by taking seriously to a strong sadhana. Strong sadhana will raise our standard, and we should constantly hear, not sentimentally, but those who are going to speak those philosophy to entertain us, but those who are going to tell us the truth so we can understand where we are and raise our standard to a higher platform. Most of the time we give class, we are going to speak what people like to hear. We're not going to tell people what they need to hear. In Srapapa, we're just flattering everybody. I don't know how to put it. She speak the truth strictly, genuinely from the heart, not changing anything, but give it as it is. Because these are our realizations, the realization of our chariots. When we pass it as it is, we are true representative. And the potency of our chariot will pass through us to whoever hears us. Then people can understand what is happening. If we simply leave people to come and fall hand before the deities and go to the hand without understanding anything, we're not doing them good. We can make donation, collect donation from them. That is okay. But the Christian concept will remain on the lower platform. It's better that we teach them the truth. Let them understand our scripture very carefully and follow the principle. Then they can change their way of understanding and treat people nicely, treat the witness nicely. All right.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Maharaj. So we'll all be logging in again tomorrow at 10:30 Nairobi time. So we request all the devotees to kindly log in at that time, and then we can ask more questions. Is that okay, Maharaj?
Thank you. See you tomorrow.
So I will unmute everyone. We can all chant for Maharaj. Kindly unmute yourself.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram Hare Hare.
Maharaj ki jai.
His Holiness Bhakti Damodara Maharaj ki
Maharaj
jai.
ki
Jai.
jai.
Prabhu.